Hello everyone, welcome to another of my late night pick a card. So um today's pick a card is going to be slightly different than the previous one I have posted lately because this comes with a little bit of a trigger warning. As you all know, we are in a Mercury retrograde right now, and I'm not an astrologer, but I know enough about Mercury retrograde to understand that during these times when Mercury goes retrograde, there can be some, miscommunication, misunderstanding, and problems and issues with getting your point across, getting your message across, and like seeing eye to eye and um, be on the same page with other people. So my pick a card today is going to be um, it's not really related to the Mercury retrograde itself, but this is about um, people or situation that you should be careful about or careful with. So maybe if you feel like there are people or situation that is tricky that you cannot trust, or maybe you feel that there are some gossips about you, or people who may, if you feel that some people may have not so good intention in their action towards you, then this reading is going to guide you on who those people are, why did they behave this way, and how you can possibly handle this situation. So I'm not going to go like really into deep, but as with my pick cards, usually it goes longer than I intended. So anyway, excuse me if my phone is not stable because I need to buy a new tripod. Tripod, yes. I need to buy a new tripod because this one is broken. So excuse me if there are some shakes during the reading. But anyway, let's get into it. So we have three piles as usual. I use the significator card. I select the significator card intuitively, like what first comes to mind. But for the third pile, I had some difficulties. It usually happen with the third pile. Like it's usually harder because when I do pick a card reading, usually what the first and second pile are somehow related, and the third pile is a little bit different, a little bit unclear, and sometimes I don't know. I don't have immediate image on what the third pile is going to be. So this card I have to shuffle instead of selecting them intuitively. So anyway, this is pile number one. Let me hold up the card so you can see clearly. There, I hope you can see that clearly. This is for pile number one. This is for pile number two. And this is for pile number three. Interesting because we have three here. So make your pick, and you can pause the video if you need to. See my tripods. I need to adjust my tripod's leg. So excuse me. Yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, make your pick, and I will start reading pile number one. Okay, so pile number one. I'm just going to put this here. So if you choose this image, let's see who or what you need to be aware of. So This card is actually just a significator to help you choose the path that you are drawn to, but it can also be, it may or may not be part of your reading. But the first thing that comes to mind when I see this card, by the way, this is the Ten of Air, or in traditional tarot is the Ten of Swords. So what I see from here and from the butterfly in this lady's hair, it symbolizes transformation and kind of an energy of surrendering to the universe. So you see, she is turning her back on us, and we have this angel, beautiful angel wings, as if she is an angel, as if she was an angel, and her eyes are looking towards the universe, towards the eye, that the source that sees everything. So there is an energy of, I don't know, 10 is usually about completion, and the 10 of swords in traditional tarot is usually about, you know, a tough cycle reaching an end. And I can see here that with the transformation, the butterfly symbolizing transformation. Well, usually before a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, it has to go through a very uncomfortable process of wrapping itself into a cocoon and staying there for a long time until the caterpillar grows their wings. So this lady is already transformed. She has undergone a transformation, and now she is ready to surrender to the universe um, everything that she has, like her life, her future. She is ready to surrender it all. And if you see the darkness here, her future is probably uncertain, but she only has her eyes on the source. So maybe the hidden message here is that you have to surrender whatever this situation, or whatever this issue with this person that you have to be careful of, to the universe, and seek the universe for guidance. And it may also mean that this situation will soon reach its culmination, its end. So I will just put that card there. So let's see our tarot cards first. Your tarot cards, not our tarot cards. So what do we have here? Okay, these cards symbolize the person that you have to be careful of. It's the Magician. And the Magician usually means someone who is is very multi-talented, and someone it's like if you hear the name the Magician, the first thing that comes to mind is someone very powerful and someone who has everything in their arsenal. Like imagine fictional characters like Dumbledore in Harry Potter, or maybe I forgot, Gandalf. Those people who are really, who literally can turn anything into gold. So someone you have to deal with is someone who is very talented and perhaps also very powerful and very manipulative, because they have everything. Maybe they are the jack of all trades, because here he has all the aces, but he can create anything out of the aces. Like aces is usually just the first seed of everything, like pentacle, the first um, like the capital. Ace of Swords is the idea. Ace of Wands is the inspiration. Ace of Cups is the love. So this person is literally a jack of all trades. Like he can do everything very, very well. So maybe you have to be careful with this person, because when like they can manipulate their way into your heart or into your mind to get whatever they want. So that's the shadow side of the Magician. So let's see. Yeah. This is the why that you have to be careful with them. Like this is literally the card that I got after I got this card, after I shuffled and yeah, got this card. So they want to take advantage of you. Like they pretend to offer you something, but actually it's not as good as it seems. Like they made it like they made it like as if this offer is very interesting, very lucrative, but actually it's not. It's more to their advantage than to your advantage. So if you deal with this kind of person, make sure that you read the fine prints if you want to sign a contract with them, or like make sure you research their background, or you analyze what they say, and maybe ask your friends or your families who are experienced in this kind of issue, what do they think of the situation, or maybe ask the advice of someone who is outside the situation and can be completely objective about it. Maybe you can also ask your financial advisor if you have one, because yeah, uh, this yeah this offer is not as good as it seems. And this is the second reason why you should be careful about this person, because they can kind of stab you in the back. Yeah, like maybe they say to you one thing, but then they can kind of twist their words. mm, the Nine of Swords is usually very straightforward. So maybe you need to be very straightforward in dealing with this person. Like if they talk sweet or if they talk in roundabout manner about things, you ask the essential questions so that you can get past their bullshit or something. And be careful also, because this person is very, like they can use your words against you. So maybe when you are dealing with this person, don't be too honest about what you want, because if you deal with this kind of person who can manipulate your words and your heart and your emotion, don't be so forthright with them, maybe, because they can use your words against you, and they can, give you reason like, but you have said this before. So here, because of that, I'm not saying this to you. When actually, after you think about it, they kind of maybe subconsciously manipulate you to say the things that actually you didn't want, or the things that you haven't got time to really think about. So be careful and don't be too forthright with this person. um, Ask them all the question, but like don't be hasty in making your decision, because yeah, they can see your weaknesses and they can use it against you. So yeah, be careful with this person, because they can stab you in a roundabout way, in the back. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Um, this is these two cards are the way you can deal with this person. So Knight of Wands, like I said, maybe don't be too hasty, because Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, usually Nine of Swords is very forthright with their words, like they are very, very blunt. So maybe you can, uh, it's like keep your cards to your chest. But when it comes to seeking information from them, to ferret out information from them, don't hesitate. Like uh, ask all the right question. If they are being doubtful or being uh, very vague, vague. Sorry, I don't know how to spell that. If they are very shady about some things, or not very unclear about some terms or some condition, you have to ask them, what do you actually mean? What do you actually mean by what you said? Um, is are you saying that I should da 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 or something like that? Like make it very clear, but keep your cards to yourself. Like your intention, your patience, your heart. you shouldn't tell them everything about yourself. Like I remember another instance in my years ago. So at the end of my contract with an agency, I was asked what is my hope for the future, and I told them that I want to become a permanent employee in this company, not a contract employee. And you know what they did? They gave me a contract saying, this is your deal for a permanent employee, but your salary will be less than when you were a contract employee. And I was like, what? So they use my honesty for their own good, for their own advantage. So keep your cards to yourself, but make sure you get all the information and the clarification that you need from them. So like um, if they are being unclear, if they are being like a little bit on the gray side, just make it black and white, and make sure that everything that you need to like the boundaries are clearly specified in the contract if this is a contract situation, because we have the Ace of Pentacles, so maybe this is about business or work. So don't be hasty, don't be too eager, don't be too passionate about this thing, but like make sure you read all the fine prints and ask directly if there is something that you feel uneasy about. Make them clear, like make them clarify what they mean, and make them specify everything in on black and like on the like make them write everything black on white, like make them write everything on paper so that they cannot argue, um, they cannot refute, they cannot um, deny what they have said to you verbally. So make sure everything is written, everything is specific, and everything is clear. Knight of Swords. Don't be afraid to ask for information, but don't reveal what you desire from them. Don't reveal that you want this job. Don't reveal that you really want to work with them, because they can use it against you, because they will think that you need them, not the other way around. So okay, so yeah, this is your way, this is why you need to be careful with them, because yeah, they can be shady about their words, about money. They can be, what to say, yeah, they can be like, you have to make it clear with them if there is anything suspicious, if there is anything that you feel like it's not right, or if your gut feeling is saying that this term or this condition is going to disadvantage me financially in the future, you have to make it clear with them beforehand, before you sign anything or before you agree with them about anything. And then we have this goes with the Knight of Wands as how you should deal with them. So I believe that for the Knight of Wands and with the Hierophant, these two cards is saying that if you want to go for this job, seek a counsel first. And the Hierophant is like someone, an expert, or someone who is wise in this kind of thing. Like I said, you're maybe a financial advisor, or someone who can read people, maybe, or a mentor, someone you trust, someone who is very well experienced in the ways of man. You should seek their counsel first before you go for this thing head on. So yeah, be careful. Like again, this is, I see the parallel with this card. This lady, she probably has gone through many situations like this, and now she kind of realized that there you cannot trust man, you can only trust the source and people who show that they are indeed of the source. So because the Hierophant is the with the magician, it's the only major arcana. So I think these two are some kind of a life-changing situation. So it's a major it's a major event. This is a big event. This is something important. So be careful, think twice before you act. Okay, let me pause and see if there's anything else I can gain from this spread. Okay, a second thing that I get from here is that you have been too eager to work for this person, or to give something, your skill or your talent to this person for less than you are worth, because they kind of manipulate you with what they have, or maybe they sweet talk you into something that you didn't see, that you have been giving them less than you are worth. So it's not an equal exchange of payment and service. I'm sorry if I keep saying this as if this is about business or career, but that's what I see, because it's about communication and about patience, something you are passionate about. So even though you are passionate about this job, make sure that you don't give them more than you are paid for, because it's going to turn this job into something you resent. So yeah, the Hierophant is very important, because only the source can help you to face this person, because this person is very powerful, I guess, because it's a major arcana, it's a magician. So this person must be very powerful, maybe the owner of a big business or something. And yeah, you need the source. You need the source to face this dark period, or something that is completely new or unknown to you. Or maybe this already happened and you feel like, oh shit, I have been tricked into this. But yeah, you can ask the universe what to do next, and you can because this is 10 is a completion, so this is some kind of lesson for you, because we have the two major arcanas and it's about the major lessons in life. So maybe this is a lesson for you, so that the next time things like this happen again, you will be wiser, you will be much wiser. So let's see your oracle cards for the last message. We have trust. So this goes very well with this Hierophant card and with this 10 of air. So let's see, trust. When love is invited to take over, right action arrives at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently. So wait patiently again. It's about patience. Don't rush into something that you still feel uneasy about. Listen to your gut and make sure you seek advice first before you jump into something, and before you really know who you are facing. Okay, allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. So timing is also important. Again, the two knights symbolize impatient, fast movement. This can be your downfall. So but yeah, for the Knight of Swords, it is okay to ask for information, to demand information, but you have to trust the divine timing in facing this person. So if you are demanding your rights, or you are demanding answer, or yeah, you demanding a clarification or information, make sure that the timing is right, and be careful not to reveal too much about yourself. Okay, yeah, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. Let me rest in the unknown until the clear path is shown. So yeah, nice advice. And we also have this card came up in reverse, despair. So maybe this person have taken something from you and you feel like it's unfair, it's not it's not it's not in accordance with what you have been promised. It's really not what you expected at first, because this person is very good at manipulating and gaslighting. Yes, that's the word, gaslighting you so that you would think that it's your fault, it's your mistake, it's your misunderstanding of what is happening. So be careful about this kind of person, because they can gaslight you. So let's see what this read, despair. I need your divine intercession right now. I need your divine intercession right now. So this situation is kind of a little bit, how to say this? It's already happening. It's already happened perhaps. And there's nothing you can do about it but to surrender to the universe, to guide you, to learn something from it. And not only learn something from it, but also how to face this person, how to gain your right back. I need your divine intercession right now. Oh, dear Spirit, lift this darkness from my soul. Free me from this burden. Open me to your highest plan. May I be a peaceful vessel for your love. So because this card is in reverse, I think you are in depth of depression right now. Maybe you feel angry, you feel resentment over this for this person, because, and maybe you hate yourself kind of, because you feel like this you feel yourself quote unquote stupid for having trusted this shady person, for having too blunt in showing yourself to them and let them play let them play with what you give them. So don't let this. So the lesson here, if a mistake happened, don't blame yourself, forgive yourself, and try not to get even with this person on your own power, or on your own will, because this person is very manipulative, they are very powerful, and you cannot win against them with your own sheer will or with your own capacity. Especially if you are a very honest, very open person, it's hard for you to confront a shady person, because they can they can switch, they can be two-faced. But if you trust the divine, and if you seek counsel, and especially spiritual counsel, to help you get over this matter and help you to show the next right step in handling this situation, then you are going to come out of this hard phase. So I think what this card is saying is that surrender everything to the divine, and they will help you resolve this issue. You will learn something from it, something valuable. You will be finally clear, be free from this person, and you will be ready to enter something new. And if you still have some attachment with this person, the universe is going to release you at the right time, or give you insight on how to free yourself at the right time. So connection with the divine is very, 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 very important in this matter. Okay, so that's your reading, pile number 1. I hope that resonates. I hope that helps you in your issue, and I'll see you in the next pick a card. Please like and subscribe if this resonates, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. So if you choose this picture, who or what you need to be careful about or with? Mostly this is about who though. So this card can be part of your reading, or it may not be part of it. It depends on how this message resonates with you, okay? So this is the Eight of Air. In traditional tarot, it will be Eight of Swords, which is about getting trapped in your own mind, in your own fears. But since this is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, I think I'm just going to read from the guidebook about this just to see if why you are drawn to this pile, to this particular card. So I didn't read the guidebook for pile number 1 because I thought the message was straightforward. But I'm just curious about this this sword that stab one of his hands. This one sword is upright and one sword is stabbing this person's hand. And if you can see here, there is this chain. So I think personally for me, this card speaks about you will be judged by your own standards. So what you use to judge people will be used to judge you as well. So be careful. This chain means that whatever you say, you will be bound with it. It will be used to judge you. It will be used against you. So that kind of similar with pile number 1, but maybe in different context. So let's just see. I'm sorry, I need to get a new tripod because one of my tripod's legs is broken. So apologize for the tremor, the shaking. Let's see, Eight of Air. Okay, to be fair, I just want to read this for pile number 1 as well. So the timestamp will be down below. Individuation, self-actualization, liberation, altered perception, new paradigm, great mystery, paradox, potential. Time of independence, say goodbye to the public persona, no longer bound by another's opinion, walk your own path. Humans are paradoxical by nature. See and know your potential. The self is whole. Time to grow up and leave home. Oh, okay, so for pile number 1, it's really an ending of a difficult situation or an unfair situation caused by another person. And yeah, about paradoxical. So for pile number 1, it's about a person who the situation in pile number 1 is that someone has a paradoxical nature. So maybe they can be both, like they can be two-faced, and we must be careful on who we deal with. And we also must not be, we must keep our integrity. So we shouldn't be too frank about who we are to another person, especially if that person is like questionable. But we kind of we also has to be consistent in what we say. So if we face another person and if we say something, we should mean it. So at least we make ourselves clear, something like that, because our human nature is often paradoxical, and we often confused about what we want. So in facing other people, we have to keep our integrity. So now we move on to your card here, Eight of Air. Keywords: the ego, truth, power, responsibility. So what you used to judge others will be used to judge you. Consequences, cause and effect, lessons learned in memory. Ego does not always tell the truth. Effect will always follow cause. Time to change your ways. Admit that you made a mistake. Self-justification does not mitigate harm. Okay, consequences are inescapable. We all make mistakes. Memory is perfect. Okay, so perhaps you have maybe you have said something without thinking, you judge other person, and now it kind of like it backfire on you, or vice versa. Like this maybe has to do with gossip, and so maybe you want to be careful with what you say because it can be used against you. So let's take a look at your card as who is this person or this situation you are dealing with. So first, who are you dealing with? King of Swords. Okay, so King of Swords is someone who is wise, who don't unsheath their sword unless they need it, and they always look at the bigger picture. So maybe you say something without thinking, and this person, this King of Swords, absorb that information, and because they can see the big picture, and maybe you say something without thinking of the consequences later of what you said, and this King of Swords reminds you of the things that you have said, and like the things that you have said in a haste or without thinking too much about the consequences. Yeah, this is kind of a lesson learned for you. If you are facing this King of Swords, maybe they can be anybody, a lawyer maybe, or your boss, or someone of authority, because we have king, right? So somebody of authority, and anything you said will be used against you. Maybe you don't mean any harm. Maybe that those words just come out unintentionally, like the stream of consciousness kind of thing. But when you deal with someone who is good at who is very logical and very communicative, you cannot deal with them. You have to you can only be on the same page with them, can only be on equal level with them if you also keep the big picture in your mind and you think far ahead. So this is someone who is very strategic, and if they are not a wise person, they can be dangerous. So yeah, so this is why this is who is the person you are dealing with. So we have King of Swords and Six of Wands. So this six of Wands, it can be this person. Maybe, like I said, this person is a king. Maybe he is in the position of authority. Maybe he has a lot of supporters. So if this is about gossip, or if this issue involves a lot of people or follower, maybe in social media, this person has a lot of followers, and perhaps these people, they also watch you and this person, and like they support this person because he can appear wise and like uh, confident about what he said, because he knows his forte. He knows what he is doing, what he is saying. Or maybe this can also be you. So Six of Wands is about a card about victory, and as we know, victory sometimes make us a little bit like we can forget about ourselves. We can be a bit proud of ourselves, too proud of ourselves. Oh, and this guidebook here also says something about ego. Ego does not always tell the truth. Yeah, so maybe your pride, you may be butthead. You probably butt heads with this person because actually you said something that can backfire at you because you said it without thinking, despite whether your intention is good or not. And you are confident that you can go against this person, but this person is like 10 steps ahead of you because he's the King of Swords. He's the master of logic and communication. So yeah, so just be careful not to, I think this is already happened, so be careful not to be too proud of yourself or your victory, because the King of Swords can they can use your words against you as a final, not final, but as the last, as the ultimate weapon against you. So yeah, be careful not to involve your ego when you are dealing with someone who has lots of logic. So yeah, I don't know if, because if, so yeah, this can be one or the other way around. So either you are face to face with someone who has a lot of ego, who has a lot of followers, but their words are empty, and they kind of gossip about you or spread lies about you, but you are calm because you have to deal with them with a rational mind, because they, like, this is a karma card. Like, regardless of whoever said something that without thinking, it will backfire against them. So if someone says something bad to you just because they want to impress their followers, for example, in social media, be above them, but because this signifies the person you dealing with, so you can be this person or this person, but anyway, regardless of who is who, be careful not to involve your ego, or let your ego speak, because it will backfire against you, because you will be judged by the same standards. And whatever this situation involves someone who is very narcissistic, someone who, I mean, even the King of Swords has their shadow side. Like, they probably are someone who is a master of logic and communication, and they can use their power to defeat someone who is too confident in themselves. So if this is you, then don't lower yourself into the low standard of this person who is very egoistic, very narcissistic, because they probably the situation may look like it's on their favor, but like it's going to be an empty victory, because the Five of Swords is about someone who used dirty ways, dirty tricks, to win over somebody, no matter what they say. It can also be a card about stabbing people in the back, using dishonest way to put others down. So this argument is, I get a sense that you are dealing with an immature argument. So I don't know who is the immature one here, who is the egoistic and narcissistic one, or who is the wise one. Or maybe this person who you are dealing with can be both. They can be very logical person, but they use it to harm others. Whatever it is, their victory is not going to last long, because it's an empty victory. People, like, you see, there are two people here. So this situation is toxic, and like, you cannot win against this person, because they are very manipulative with their words, because they are a master of communicator, and because they can manipulate logic. So you cannot win against this person. So in a way, this is similar to pile number one, because pile number one has a Knight of Wands, who is also like someone who is very passionate, that they sometimes don't think twice about what they say or what they do. So if you feel that you have been wrong, if you have been backstabbed, if you have been betrayed by someone using your words, then this is going to be a lesson for you to be more careful with your words in the future and to think twice before you say anything. But um, I think this person's victory, if their intention is bad, it will backfire against them, because Five of Swords, and it's the universe is telling you to walk away from this situation, because Five of Swords, like, you are dealing with someone who is narcissistic and who who is not open-minded, and who argues for the sake of winning, not for the sake of listening. They listen to respond. They don't listen to understand. So it's only a waste of your energy if you deal with this kind of person. So this person may have a lot of knowledge, but they don't use this knowledge for good. They use it to win against other people. They use it to fuel their ego, because Six of Wands is about ego, about being victorious. They are very selfish. They are very self-serving. So whatever you said to this person, it's not going to affect them. Like, maybe you can, if you are the wiser one, the more mature one, if you are the wrong one, the wronged one, maybe you can pinpoint, if you are honest and have integrity, that maybe you can pinpoint their weaknesses. But they are going to insist nevertheless, because they have a lot of followers and supporters. So no matter what, no matter how you confront them, you cannot win. So it's better for your sake to walk away from the situation. Now, how you are going to deal with this person, we have the Word. So this is interesting, because pile number 1 got 10 of swords, 10 of air, sorry, for their significator card, which signifies an ending. So I think this person is going to get their dues. Their dues, sorry, not dues. Their dues. Yeah, this is the completion of a situation, and it can also be that with this Word card, the situation will come full circle. So if you are dealing with a narcissistic person who gaslight you, who manipulate your mind with their words, then this situation will come to its natural end. You will walk away from this person, and this person will have their karma, so to say. See your other card. Yeah, Three of Wands. So I think the universe is telling you that a kind of vengeance is on the hand of the universe, and what you need to do is to walk away from the situation and move to a better territory. Let me see if I can get something else from this spread. Yeah, so yeah, so if you feel like so if you feel like you are being wronged by someone, like being manipulated with someone, that circle, that hard time is going to end, and you are going to move on to a new territory. It will be better for you to move out from this toxic situation, because these 3 cards show that this person will use everything in their power to win against you, even though it's not rational. So if you are the better, so it's like, if this is you against them, then you will just let universe deal with this person, because you can see far ahead. You can see that this person will one day show their foolishness, because they act or speak without thinking, and their words will backfire against them one day. So the universe is telling you to stop this cycle, close it, karma will serve them and you will move on. So yeah, I think that's the situation. If you are this King of Swords, but if you are the person who gossip about people, then it's about to come to an end. You will learn a lesson from it and you will walk away like, okay, I learned my lesson and now I'm just going to move forward. So yeah, it can be both ways. But yeah, since you are the one being stabbed in the in the hand because this picture resonates with you, then yeah, maybe you are the one being backstabbed because of something you said in a zest maybe, and this person use it against you for their own good, for their own interest. The cycle will come to an end and yeah, you will move on. So let's see your let me just recharge my battery for a second. Let's see your oracle message. Okay, now I cannot remember whether this is upside down or right side up. Sorry about that. Perfectionism. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It is the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. Yeah. So I guess you say something in a zest and it was used against you by someone to like kind of attack you back. And no matter how, because the Five of Swords, you have tried to reason with this person, but this person won't hear you. They listen so that they can argue with you, so that they can use their logic against you. So you may have a good intention, but because you say something maybe out of ego or out of pride, and this person like use it against you. But the universe said, no one is perfect, and so learn from this lesson and move on. Intention. Okay, we have intention in reverse. So yeah, there is gossip involved here. There is some bad intention involved here. Let's read. Intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. So I guess with the intention in reverse and with this perfectionism, I guess you probably made a mistake. Maybe it's not intentional. Maybe it's something you said or you did out of pride, and it kind of backfire against you because you are dealing with a wrong person, or you cross a wrong person. Simply you cross a wrong person, and this person like maybe they attack you when you least expect it. But with the word here, it's like you are moving away from this situation, like you have learned a lesson, something from this, which is like be careful before you say something, because it can be used against you. And don't say something out of pride or ego, because this intention card says the will and the mind must align and move in harmony. So maybe maybe you are too passionate. You are someone who is too emotional, and sometimes you say things like what I said about stream of consciousness. You say things without thinking, because you are so passionate about something, but it's actually not in alignment with your logical mind. Like your passion is one step ahead before your mind. Like your mouth speak before you can think clearly, and it can be used against you. But this card says no one is perfect, and this mistake will make you grow wiser. Like you will move on from this situation. This situation will end naturally, and whoever is whether you or this person is someone who like there is no right or wrong here. Like you both will learn from this experience, and like it will help you to move forward and to become a wiser person from this experience. So don't beat yourself up or drag yourself over the coals for saying something that you didn't mean or saying something without thinking. This is simply part of your learning journey, and it will make you grow wiser, and it will help you to grow as a person. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's the message I could say about pile number 2. I hope that resonates. Just if it doesn't, just take what resonates and leave the rest behind, or pick another pile if you want to. And thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a good day. See you in the next pick a card. Bye. Okay, so now we move on to pile number 3, the last pile. So if you choose this, if you choose this picture, this card, so like I said in the intro, pile number 3 is always tricky for me. Like usually I get a clear idea of what significator, what object I want to use for pile number 1 and 2, and pile number 1 and 2 is always like a little bit connected in some way, but pile number 3 is always the odd one. So for this one, I didn't have a clear picture as to what cards to pick, so I just shuffle until I found the right card. So for you, you have 2 cards, and this is different from the first 2 piles because we have the suit of water or emotion. So for the pile number 1 and 2, it's about communication. It's about manipulation by words. But for you, this is kind of an emotional thing. It's a heart thing. So let's take a look at this picture first. So intuitively, I can see that you are someone who has a lot of love in your heart, like, and you kind of go with the flow. You always listen to your heart, and like you go where the wind blows. And it's similar with this Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. So you guys are like your suit. Maybe you are a water sign. Your suit tells me that you are someone who is very, like, you always follow your heart, and you always go with the flow. Like you don't, you let your heart guide you instead of your mind. And sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes not. So let's see. We'll see the meaning of these 2 cards to see if they are related to you or if they resonate with you. Okay, that one. Let's see, that's the 3 of Water, right? So 3 is progress. It's an action card. 3 of Cups, Fire, Water. Okay. Let's see, the 3 of Water: satisfaction, pleasure, joy, hopefulness, anticipation, attachment, expectation, disappointment. Celebrate your victories. Take satisfaction from your endeavors. Look to the future with anticipation. Your success will continue. A rewarding outcome, an exciting future. Free yourself from unrealistic expectation. Allow the outcome to manifest freely. So yeah, you follow your heart. Like you are not afraid of change. You are like water, flowing water. What about the Queen of Water? Queen of Water, loving, compassionate. Yeah, I see you are very loving, very compassionate person, romantic, sensitive, vulnerable, intuitive, emotional honesty. Trust in your feeling and senses. Look beyond the surface, a bright and positive outcome. To show vulnerability is to show strength. Are you overextending emotionally? Be the embodiment of love. Withdrawing love as punishment. Use your common sense. So, yeah, like I said, you follow your heart. Like you don't care about like this like a devil may care attitude. You don't care about what other people say. You just dance to your own rhythm. And you are probably a social butterfly, an empath, because you are very sensitive and you love deeply. You love so deeply. You are someone who is ruled by your heart and your emotion. So let's see who you should be careful about or with. Nine of Pentacles. So this card flew out when I asked who is the person that you have to be careful with. This is someone who is rich, maybe a she, and they are very confident about themselves. They have a lot of, they are very self-assured in their material security. They are probably someone from the upper class. They are a woman of luxury. So this is the who. So if you are dealing with a lady or someone who embodies this abundant energy, then yeah, this is the person you should be careful with. So why you should be careful with this person? Now, so we have Judgment and the Hangman. So this is very interesting because this is like a karmic situation. Judgment is like, well, it always reminds me of Judgment Day. Like it's a calling. It in tarot it can mean a calling. So you are being called to fulfill your purpose on earth by the universe. Like you are being called to maybe leave your job to switch career, to fulfill your destiny or something. But it can also be like, because it says judgment, you can be judged for what you have done, like how much you have done, how hard you have worked, how pure is your intention. And people who rise from the ashes are people who have done the work. By work, I don't mean work as in career or office job, but like they have done the hard work to achieve what they want to do, and they have done work in themselves. Like they have constantly strive to be a better person, to be someone the universe wants them to be. So yeah, let's see the Hangman, Judgment and the Hangman. So this is why I said it's like a karmic situation, and like together with this card, it's kind of interesting because it almost feels like whether you or this person, whether they are male or female, whatever is happening between you two is something that is it's it's karmic. Like how to say this? It's like it will be either yours or theirs, your or their karmic lesson. So whatever happened between you will be kind of the part of the bigger picture of your life in this lifetime. Like because the Hangman is that, Okay, the hangman can also mean you are being in a situation where you feel stuck, where you feel you don't know what to do, you are confused, and you have to see things from a different perspective. Okay, so this is interesting. This is the suit of earth, the suit of pentacles. This is the suit of water. So this energy is very grounded, very realistic, very stable, whereas your energy as someone who's ruled by emotion, by your heart, is kind of a more free flowing. You are like a free spirit, and this person is very stable. So maybe you have some disagreement in there. So maybe you kind of, I'm, to be honest with you, I am getting that maybe this has to do with a love situation because um, when I shuffle more cards as to the why, I got these cards. So these are the cards that pop out when I shuffle to ask more clarificator for this situation. So these are the cards. The Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands is like a new idea, adventure, or a new hobby or passion. Now we have the King of Cups. King of Cups is someone who is very romantic, but like they don't let their emotion rules them. And it's interesting we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Water because they are from the same suit. And we have the Tower. So maybe this is about a love situation. I almost want to say that this is a love triangle or something. Like maybe you and this person is having interest in the same person. Because we have the Tower, and the Tower is like something unpleasant, unexpected, but it happens for your own good, even though it's kind of destroying everything that you have built up. So I don't know whether this is a third party situation or whatever, because we have the Judgment and we have the Hangman, and the Hangman is like the Hangman is based on this legend about someone who wants to seek wisdom, and they kind of sacrifice themselves. They voluntarily hang themselves on a tree so that they can see things from the other person's perspective. So maybe whatever the issue, because I'm almost sure with the lots of water, you are dealing with matters of the heart, and maybe you have to learn from this experience that you have to change your way of thinking. So maybe if you have always been following your heart or your passion, maybe try to ground yourself a little, and not so that you won't be carried away by your emotion or your passion, or by your heart. Because following your heart without engaging your mind and not following your intuition is like, it won't end well. So maybe this situation will bring a lesson to you or the other party. Like it will show you and the other party that you have to put yourself in each other's shoes to see what has gone wrong. Like this is a wake-up call for you. I think this is a wake-up call for you to, hey, don't just see this issue from your point of view, or from your don't just always judge things from how you feel, but you have to think with your mind, and you have to use your intuition to know whether to learn from this situation, to learn to put yourself in other people's shoes who may be affected by your action. So I don't want to be too specific, but I'm almost sure that with this with this clarifier card, that this is about a third party situation. I don't know. So let's see what you should do to handle the situation, to face the situation. So let me just put this here so that you can see them. We got the Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Maybe this person is your friend. So you probably split or break up because of a man or something. If you are a female, I mean, this is genderless, so it doesn't matter the gender, but yeah, it almost, yeah, I said something about third party situation. So maybe, yeah, maybe this is a third party situation, and both you and the other person have to have something to learn from this with this Judgment card. Like this experience will make you both wiser, and yeah, but you have to see the error of your ways, and maybe the other person must also see the error of their ways that caused this third party situation, this dilemma. Otherwise you won't move on from this stuck energy. But I think that with the Tower card, you both will learn from this, and this will make you wiser. But yeah, I think your friendship is kind of in there is a relationship that is broken here. There's a burning of a bridge or something. And for your final card, as to what you can do to overcome this situation, is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is like, sometimes you are on top, sometimes you are at the bottom. See there? So yeah, this is very karmic because we have three major arcana cards, four if you count this one. Judgment, being judged for your deeds. Hangman, having to see things from a different perspective. Put yourself in other shoes. Try to understand the other person's perspective. Try to consider other people's feeling. Like you have to do something that is 180 degrees different from what you usually do. Tower is about a destruction of a stable structure. So maybe a friendship, a relationship is broken. And Wheel of Fortune is like, this situation is in the hands of the universe. So if, again, you are the Queen of Cups, you are ruled by your heart, like this situation is very karmic, like it's the outcome is almost predetermined. So there is nothing much that you can do. Let's see your oracle message. We have courage. So courage can also mean patience with the other person, and like with the Hangman here, like patient with yourself. And also courage also means that you are not afraid to acknowledge if you are wrong, like not afraid to own up to your mistake, not afraid to take responsibility for your action. So let's see what this says. So yeah, if this is the third party situation, the third party can be either this person or you. But yeah, because we have the Queen of Cups, King of Cups, and this Nine of Pentacles, this lady here, and because of this romance or something, your relationship are never going to be the same again. But things can still change. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that things can still change, and it's up to it's all divine timing. So just make sure that you listen to what your spirit guide is telling you to go into hermit mode and to really think about this situation as a big picture and not from your own perspective, because it's going to help you to move forward. So let's see what the courage says. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. So this is the courage to submit to this process, to let the divine timing solve the issue. I guess if you are a very intuitive person, then I think you already know what to do. So yeah, this is the courage to follow the guidance, even if it's against your own desire, your own passion. You have got to have the courage to follow your intuition, what your spirit is telling you deep down inside. So yeah, this situation is very, very different from pile number 1 and 2 in that this is quite karmic. Like, this is a divine lesson. This is bound to happen, and it's going to play a major role in your growth. You will become a more courageous person. You will become a better person. And you will have the courage to not only face the work, but also your own darker side. And you will have the courage to change your mind and be the kind of person that your spirit, that the universe wants you to be. So yeah, this is like a very, very karmic situation. I just want to pull, I feel like I need to pull something else for you. Just hang on a minute. So this is a rather heavy energy. So I'm using this deck to get us another guidance, a guidance for you for this situation on how to, solve this situation, how you should solve this situation, how to solve the situation. Though with the Tower card here, I don't think, in the Wheel of Fortune, there is nothing much that you can do except like let the situation unravel by itself. So what you can do, let me shuffle the card off camera. Okay, so I have shuffled off camera so that it won't take too long. And the card that flew out is Detox. Cleanse and restore yourself. So this is a very toxic situation, and there is nothing you can do except to, like, if if you have reached a deadlock, if bridges have been burned or something, have courage to walk away. Like, take some time away to recharge and to cleanse the negative energy from your body, so that you can listen to the divine, or so you can have a clearer mind and a clearer soul to know what you must do about the situation. I want to see what the guidebook says about this card. Okay, let's see what the guidebook has to say about this card. So, oh, interesting. We got another number 3, and we got the 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So, and we got the 3 of Cups here. 3 of Cups, 3 of Water. A lot of 3s. Threes is usually a breakthrough, whether it's a breakthrough uh, that is unpleasant or pleasant. It's a breakthrough, okay? But yeah, every breakthrough has consequences. So just want to say that. Okay, detox number 3. Oh, okay. Social media. Just move this forward a bit. Social media, electronics, mind altering. I won't read everything. All these things can be toxic and damaging when overindulged. So you tend to be overindulging because this card is about, about pleasure, about enjoyment, as we have seen in the guidebook. Detox says it is time to cleanse your body and soul. Rest is required now, especially in matters of an overstimulated mind and emotion due to social media and smartphones. So this issue may happen over, like, you may be waiting for a person to call or something, but the universe says you have to get away for a bit to detox yourself. Communication in excess is toxic too. It is time to be quiet and consider your authentic self and create space to heal and deal with life up to this point. So you need to distance yourself from this situation, like go under the radar for a while so that you can cleanse yourself and think more clearly. The girl of detox is lying down on a soft bed of shifting leaves. She has a wonderful life and her dreams are sweet, even when laced with fear. So maybe you already have nightmares about this situation. Oh, because she is not afraid of learning her lesson. Oh, see? She is not afraid of learning her lesson. This is the same with this courage card. So maybe there is something that you should learn from this situation. That's why we got the hangman and the judgment. The hangman is about lesson, about things being delayed or things not going the way you want it to, because you have to learn a lesson from it. They float from her subconscious like luscious pearl of bliss because she knows when to rest and retreat in order to expand within. Detox is also the card of dream interpretation. It is time to pay attention to your dream. Okay, so pay attention to your dream. Like before you go to bed, just set the intention, pray, seek the guidance from the universe, and ask them to remind you of your dreams when you wake up. So as soon as you wake up from your dream, don't hesitate. Just grab a paper and a pen and write down your dreams so that you can remember them. And it can be message from your subconscious, message from the universe. So I guess this is a very toxic situation, a third party situation, because we have something crumbling, a relationship crumbling. And yeah, we have courage, we have the hangman, and we have the detox, and how these cards as we have seen, ask you to step away and learn the lesson from this whole situation. Like, not everything doesn't always go according to your wish, because we live with other people. So learn to put yourself in the shoes of other people, see other people's perspective of things, and step away from this situation for a while so that it will come clearly to you. The answer will come clearly to you and you will know what to do about this situation. And regardless, the Wheel of Fortune says that yeah, this is karma is involved in this. So yeah, so whatever you do, whatever you decide to do, yeah, you have to deal with the consequences later. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what to say again about this. So yeah, whatever you do, then it's going to affect the whole situation, how it's going to turn out. So if you want the situation to turn out well, then you have to detox and ask the universe for guidance, for what is the best thing you can do to turn things upright again. And don't be afraid to, own up to your mistake, to take responsibility for your action in order for you to move on from this difficult situation. Okay, so that's your reading, part number 3. Thank you so much. This is very interesting. Just take what resonates and leave everything else behind. And I'll see you next reading. Bye.